Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Kava here, coming at you from San Diego, California. I'm actually leaving back for Baltimore tonight. It's been a really nice trip out here. Um, but I was inspired to make this video because the other night I went to a Kava bar. It's actually just like only about a 5 minute walk from here, and it's called Gather. And excuse me while I open up a pouch of Karuna Kava Kalai vanilla cacao. But it's only about a 5 minute walk from here, and really nice place. Wonderful people working there. And while I was there, I was with a friend of mine, Jimmy, and we had already had some kava before we got there. I made a big bowl of Kava Select, Cava Mama, named after yours truly. But while we were at the kava bar, we had a really good conversation with the Kava Tender, who was a ex-military, ex-marine who had been through a lot and faced a lot of trauma, and he was telling his story about his journey with kava and how his journey started, through abusing alcohol and then getting sober, and he had some unfortunate experiences with kratom while he was first getting into the kava scene, and struggled with kratom addiction a little bit. It's very windy. Sorry. But he struggled with kratom addiction a little bit, and then finally got clean off of kratom, which is a very addictive substance that's sold at a lot of kava bars. And through discussions with the owner of this kava bar that's near my parents' house, Gather, found a place that was kratom free and really focused on the kava, and that got us talking to about what the effects of kava are and what kava actually feels like. And if you're one of these, if you're a person who goes to a kava bar where they serve kratom, you might think like you might feel like I'm a big ass and that I'm the worst person in the world for advocating. But I just want you to stop and think about how important it is to separate kava from kratom and other substances, so that kava can get the full respect that it deserves. Because the feelings that kava gives you are so special and so unique and so sacred and healing that to confuse them with other substances is really to do kava to do kava wrong, to be frank. And we talked for a couple hours up until about midnight about what kava actually is and like what it actually does. And so if this is your first time coming to this channel and you see the title of this video, what are the effects of kava? What does kava feel like? Kava is like a warm blanket in a cold world, and that can be something that people would associate with substances that are addictive. But kava is not addictive, and that's what makes it so unique. Is that it provides warmth, comfort, solace, even escape without becoming something that your brain and body demand and go into withdrawal without. So when you drink kava for the first time or the second time or the third time or however many times it takes for you to appreciate its effects, what you're going to notice is the tingling sensation in the mouth. And if you're really particularly stressed about something, which happens to me a lot, I have a very high stress job, get into a lot of high level negotiations. If you're really stressed out, the next thing you're going to notice after you drink some kava is if you kind of close your eyes and you take deep breaths, you're going to feel the kava kind of start at the top of your head, at the top of your skull, if you will. You're going to feel your body wash over with a feeling of warmth and belonging. And that feeling is going to grow, more pronounced as you drink your kava, as you go through your kava session. And you're going to start feeling a bit tired and relaxed, but still mentally focused, just not agitated, just not frustrated. I wrote, and I tell people this all the time, I wrote a 200-page book, my master's thesis, on agricultural adaptations to climate change in West Africa. I wrote that thesis, that dissertation, while I was drinking kava. And I did that because I was really stressed about the ritual of writing. Writing it can be very stressful to sit down and write something so big, so difficult. But the kava, it helped my mind focus. It helped me be mindful of the topic, mindful of what I knew and my command of the subject, and clear in my speech and in my writing. So kava brings mindfulness and focus. It brings relaxation. It brings calm. And finally, it brings restfulness. So you can drink kava in the evening time, and you can watch a movie. You can go out with your friends. You can do anything you want. But when you decide that it's time to go to sleep, the kava will bring upon a nice warm blanket of restfulness, and you'll get the best night's sleep you've ever had. And you'll probably have some really deep dreams because it puts you in the REM space really firmly. So I always tell people that unlike other drugs, unlike other psychoactive substances, kava is a gentle giant that really wraps its arms around you. It helps you have inner conversations and external conversations that you need to have. It gives you rest, and then it releases you back into the world, and is always there for you when you need it, but doesn't chase you down and knock on your door and hound you down, invade your brain, and make you go into physical or even emotional withdrawals. So, talking to this guy at the kava bar who had been through all this trauma, had all this substance abuse issues, he was turning his life around. He was talking about his next steps. He was talking about things he was excited about, the future. This is a guy who's not a young kid, but somebody who's been through a lot. And he's overcome alcohol. He's overcome kratom. He's drinking kava. And he's optimistic about the future. And kava is helping him focus, think through his decisions, and get to where his best place is. And I think that it really flicked a switch in my mind, and it made me realize how truly powerful kava is. So what is kava? Kava is a traditional beverage from the South Pacific that people have used for centuries to resolve conflict, to perform rituals. And what does it feel like? It feels like a warm blanket. And it feels like a warm blanket that you can tuck yourself into without having to worry about it holding you down. So bula to the hula, and continue to enjoy your kava journey. Kava Sewer out.